Welcome to Better Together, the podcast where we go behind the scenes on what truly goes on at xrecruiter. I'm Emmeline, and in this series, I'll be sitting down with the people that make everything happen, from leadership to the people behind the scenes helping our partners succeed every day. We'll talk about how we help recruiters build their own business, what really goes on in supporting our partners, and the stories behind the people doing the work. Today we're joined by Mo, design lead. Thank you so much for joining, Mo.
Thanks for having me here. It's nice to chat to you.
To paint a picture for this, tell us a bit about your background before xrecruiter. Where'd you come from?
So I'm from Brazil originally, been in Australia for almost 10 years now, and I've been a graphic designer for almost 15 years. So when I came to Australia, I was working in the coffee industry as marketing and designer as well. Spent 6 years in the same place, just trying to make online sales grow and basic marketing. And then I had this opportunity to join xrecruiter 2 years ago, and yeah, it's been 2 years now.
What's been the biggest moment since joining 2 years ago? Because I imagine a lot's changed.
I think the big step from being a startup, when I joined xrecruiter, it was like a real startup. It was crazy. And now we have this a bit more corporate, a lot more organized. I think within this changes, going from 24 weeks to 3 weeks to make an agency live, that was the big moment. When we started launching agencies in 3 weeks, it was like, whoa, we can do it.
That's huge. So a 21-week difference.
21
what changed?
The team.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I started, we had an overseas agency helping us, making everything. I was the first graphic designer hired to be a graphic designer. So it was a bit slow. It was a startup, right? So they were learning what they were doing. Brands were a bit slow. No one knew exactly what the brand was. Blake likes to say that the first graphic designer was a part-time yoga teacher. So when they hired me, we started to build a team, and now we have this amazing team that we like 4 or 5 senior graphic designers making like amazing brands and websites.
Yeah, and what you do really is amazing. I really want people to understand what you do, and what I mean by that is, design is such a complex part of what we do at xrecruiter, and it speaks to so much more than just a website or just a brand. What is it that you actually help our partners achieve?
So when they come to us, normally the new partners, they don't think about brand. They think about the recruitment. They want to get their agency open and start recruiting and making money, but they don't have this brand perspective. So before we meet them for the first time, we send a form with some questions, and the main goal for that is just to make them think about the brand. So just change the mindset a little bit and make them think, what is my brand? What do I want to communicate with my brand? And yeah, I think that's when we start to help them to go from employee to employer to like a entrepreneur. So yeah, we just try to help them have the brand they always dreamed about.
Yeah, I love that. What are some of the biggest kind of hurdles that you have to work through with agency founders at that stage? Because I imagine when you're meeting them for the first time, that's a pretty pivotal moment in their own mindset to reconstruct.
This is not just for recruiters. It's in general for the design industry, the branding industry. It's the brand. I am the brand. So it's what I like, it's the colors I like, it's what I expect. But that's one of the things we try to introduce to them is the brand is what your target wants to see. So we need to flip that. Okay, if your favorite color is red, you're going into an industry that red's not good. Let's change it to something else. This is what we suggest. So we try to guide the partners. Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. So to kind of break that down, I assume you need a pretty clear plan as to what they want, what their vision is, and then to turn that into something that's actually going to speak to their audience. What are the kind of steps that you go through, whether it's, logical steps or mindset steps to go through to actually get them to that point?
So on the brand workshop, we have this 1.5 hour meeting with them. And we just have all these questions that we start with, why are you starting your agency? It's really basic. So we start to break down and understand who they are and where they see the agency going, what the goals are. And from there, we start to make more visual questions. How do you imagine your brand and all these kind of questions. And I think it's just trying to listen as much as you can. That is the main thing we do. We try to ask the right questions and let them talk.
Yeah, of course. That's huge. So, I mean, you've been working with recruitment agency founders for 2 years now. What are the things that kind of set people apart from your perspective in terms of early success when it comes to building a brand, having the right brand foundations, everything like that?
I've seen some people arriving to us really prepared. So I think it's very easy to identify who will be an excellent and who will be good. I think everybody that joins xrecruiter is already good because triage and everything. But I think when they come to us with a plan, with like, this is who I am, this is where I see the agency in 5 years, this is when we understand, like, okay, you're ready to have an amazing brand, you will scale. We can feel that right on the first meeting. And it's a tricky question, I think, because it takes us 2 or 3 meetings to really see where they're going.
That makes sense. So I think to follow up on that, to have an effective brand, if you could pinpoint a couple of key things, what would that be that you'd be looking for from a recruiter to bring to that first meeting that would really help?
Being open, it's really good. So if you come to the meeting open to listen to what the experts in branding have to tell you, that would be excellent, because then you can change a little bit your way. We had a brand workshop 2 weeks ago with Josh, and Josh was excellent. He came to the meeting with with a logo that he made himself, and he presented that to Jaime and Ethan, or Damien. I don't remember who's making his website, but Jaime was working on the logos. And he was like, this is what I want. This is my brand. I love it. I have T-shirts already done. And Jaime started to break down why that brand wouldn't work. And he was absolutely open. On the second meeting where Jaime presented some options to him, he got his old logo and he started to tell Jaime why he hated the logo now. So he absorbed everything that Jaime told him, and he approved a logo that was completely different from what he wanted. And he's super proud of it now. He's super happy. It's, I think, being open and listening, and just, you know recruitment really well. You know your brand and you know your personality. If you're open to that, to external opinions, that would be amazing. It will help you in the future as well, with partner success team, with everybody, right?
100%. So it's about having clear vision, but also allowing the experts to do what they do best, and allowing them to take that vision into something that's actually, usable for the client base that they're working with and looks appealing on all fronts. Sometimes you come to us with this idea of a very static kind of logo, and we've seen so many logos. I've worked with more than 100 agencies at this point. And when recruiters come to us, they're all coming from the same industry, the same area. And it's very normal to have the same thing in mind. So it's we call it the sea of sameness. Sea of sameness.
Sea of sameness,
Okay.
because you all come from with the same perspective. We all work with all the same agencies, same people. So when you come to us, you want something different, it's not different. So we have this different vision, like Banksy is a great example from Krista. Her brand is completely different. So we made her brand stand out, and she got jobs because of that. Because it's something you expect from the recruitment industry, right?
Yeah, okay, so it stands out. That's awesome. So speaking to the wider recruitment community, how effective do you think good branding is on the overall appeal of the business and, the clientele that our, partners or even other recruiters are working with?
I think it's really good. Like, we've been seeing a lot of changes in that area. Every time now we're trying to make something that is completely different from what we've done before, and we're we've been lucky to have really good partners that are open to that. So when you have different brands like Banksia that I just said, that you see that brand on LinkedIn, that's not the same agency as the big ones. It's someone that will take care of you. So yeah, we've been. I think it's more linked to where you want to go as well, because you get Exceltium. It's a solid brand. Like, it's really structured. You look at Exceltium's logo and that brand it's like a structured brand. It's professional. It's like, okay, it's very serious. But then you look at some other brands and they also say they're serious, but they're a bit more playful, and they will treat you in a different way. So we try to show the personality of the brand on the logos and on the websites.
Yeah.
Don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, that's incredible. Thank you. So in terms of, working with xrecruiter, going through the process with yourselves, you have a really high success rate in terms of your response and your feedback. What tends to surprise partners the most when they start working with you and start designing their brands?
They feel listened. So that's the big thing we always hear about. They come to us and I think they expect to have something generic, because you join xrecruiter and you have your brand done in 3 weeks and you think, okay, this will be AI, this will be some overseas agency, it will be something generic. But no, you have really good designers working with you. You have I think the whole team combined, we have more than 60 years experience.
Wow.
So we spend time listening and crafting a brand for that person.
Yeah.
And when they see that, when they join the first meeting, and they see all the answers there, and we interpreted the answers, we made something already before we even met them. I think that's the first wow moment. And then when we present the logos, and the logos are really aligned to that, it's amazing. Like, we've been having first round approval rate for 6 months now.
Wow.
So every logo we presented was approved on the first meeting.
That's incredible. And that was one of the things that surprised me when I joined, was just how different and unique all of the branding looked, because I think there would be this conception that, when you're working with xrecruiter, you have an internal team, it would be a copy and paste, and that every brand would kind of be a reflection of xrecruiter. But every brand is so truly unique, and it's so truly a reflection of each partner, which I think is really special. And the amount of volume that you're able to do that in is really incredible.
Yeah, we have this really strict process that we follow. We call it 3-week process. I never seen that before. We made that together as a team, and when we made that work, we all got surprised and, well, okay, so we have something special here. Let's try to keep it working. And it's been working for 6 months now, so it's amazing. And yeah, even with the websites, when you have a website, and in 3 weeks,
wow,
it's unthinkable.
So from inception to website completion, 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Yeah, that's
wow.
that's what we can do. We are trying to avoid doing that now because it's a bit too rushed for the partners. They don't have time to conceptualize the brand. Because imagine you join xrecruiter and then you have all the trainings, you have technology, you have everything to learn, and at the same time you make your own brand. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to give a bit more space now, and it's been amazing. I think it just gets a bit easier to everybody. So 4 weeks.
4 weeks. Okay. So 0 to 4 weeks, you have an entire brand, you have an entire logo, you have an entire website, all made specifically for you.
Yeah. No templates, nothing. It's all, this is what you should have. If you're happy with this, let's go. And it's always like spot on.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Mo, I think one of the most important questions for me to you today is around a design and branding perspective. What's the biggest piece of advice that you would give for a recruiter if they were starting an agency sometime?
I think it's think about your audience, who your clients are, who are your candidates, and what are your goals. If you know those, if you can answer those 3 questions, we can help making an amazing brand, and you can think about where you'll be in 5 years. Like, if you want to scale cool, let's make a brand that is scalable. If you want to just be by yourself, focusing on your lifestyle, if you want to be perceived as a brand that is taking care of your clients and candidates, we know how to make that as well. Like it's so nice to make something that is linked to the person behind the scenes, but also looking forward. So I think just, trying to understand who you are and where you want to go.
That's simple, easy to follow, or you would
Yeah.
think so. Mo, my last question. We talk about better together a lot at xrecruiter. What does that actually mean to you in design?
That's how we always worked. Like we always go to our meetings and we try to make everything work better together. So we all align the logo. Before I joined xrecruiter, you have someone working on your logo, someone working on your graphics spec, someone working on your website, one after another. Now we're making everything at the same time. So you have your brand, your website, everything you need being made at the same time. It just creates this synergy with the whole brand. And you're having these meetings with all these people at the same time. We just try to keep it as close as we can. And it's just been working amazing. And then the team with all other pieces of xrecruiter, we're all trying to we have the same goals, right? Like you with the partner success with us, we all work together to get the partners as happy as they can, billing as fast as they can.
I love that. That's awesome. Thank you, Mo. I think the design team are incredible in their own right. You're incredible, all of you, at what you do. So thank you. And I'm so happy to be part of your team.
Thank you. It's amazing to work with you, and it's great to be here too.